Did you know that Huntington Bank has a wonderful business credit card with EIN only? If you didn't, well, guess what? In today's conversation, I'm going to share everything with you. I'll be talking to you about the Huntington Voice Business Credit Card, $500,000 maximum limit, low FICO or fair FICO accepted. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? Hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great and blessed as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's discussion, I want to speak to you about the Huntington Voice Business Credit Card, EIN only, $500,000 maximum limit, low FICO okay, fair FICO okay. Before I get into the actual nitty-gritty, please understand that this video is purely educational and informational. We have no association, no affiliation with Huntington Bank. They have not paid us to do this video. Let me speak to you about the card details. So the card is called the Huntington Voice Business Credit Card. Pretty original for a name, right? This is an unsecured EIN credit card, business credit card. Co-signing is possible. Authorized users are possible. Limit up to $500,000. The credit score recommended is 675 to 850, but Huntington Bank can go as low as 540 if you have a multi-product relationship with the Huntington Bank. And in terms of APR, 10.99% to 21.99% based on your credit, and APR for balance transfers 0% for the first 12 billing cycles following account opening. And they also have one thing you need to pay attention to. They have an APR for cash advances, 23.99%. Okay, and the minimum interest charge will be no less than $1. It's very important. So with this card, you have 4% cash back in the category you choose. Okay, and you choose one of 10 categories where you will earn 4% cash back on the first $7,000 you spend per quarter, or $28,000 annually. You will also earn 1% cash back on all other purchases. In addition, there are no annual fees or foreign transaction fees. And so the thing you have to understand is that depending on your business's needs, you can gain more points in the reward category of your choice. Let me give you an example. If you need to restock your office supplies this quarter, you can choose 4% cash back on utilities and office supplies, plus 1% on everything else. So you can spend $6,000 on office supplies and $2,000 on other purchases. So you will earn 24,000 points. That's 6,000 times 4%, right? 24,000 points, and in addition to 2,000 points. So the total will be 26,000 points, which will equate to $260. So the ability to actually switch your 4% cashback category every quarter allows you to maximize rewards. So you want to keep the same category throughout the year or switch to one of 10 categories every quarter. So this is your choice. So for the year, you might select the 4% cashback categories each quarter. So for example, quarter one, you can go for gas stations. So you spend $4,500 and earn 18,000 points. Quarter two, you might choose the home improvement stores category. You spend $5,000 and earn 20,000 points. For quarter three, you can choose utilities and office supply stores. You can spend $6,000 and earn 24,000 points. And for quarter four, you can choose the travel and entertainment. You can spend $4,000 and earn 16,000 points. So this is just a hypothetical situation, but it's up to you to adapt it and see what really works for you. Let me talk to you about rewards. Folks, in this show, I am talking to you about a massive credit card, EIN only, from Huntington Bank, and the maximum limit, you have $500,000. Beautiful, beautiful card. Now, what are the categories? So when the choice is yours, you can change your 4% cashback category each quarter. You have gas stations, travel and entertainment, restaurants, discounts and warehouse stores, grocery stores, utilities and office supply stores, electronics, computer and camera stores, department, apparel and sporting goods stores, home improvement stores, auto parts and service stores. So that's for the categories. What about the rewards? The cool thing here is that you can redeem the points several ways. Okay, you can get cash back. It can be through gift cards, merchandise, event tickets, Apple products, flights, hotels, car rentals, cruises, activities. It's really important to make sure that you choose the right category because then you can maximize the rewards. And in terms of rewards redemption, in terms of points redemption, you need to choose something that is in sync with your business spend patterns, right? So if your business has a heavy dose of customer entertainment or Apple product purchases, then you might want to choose the appropriate category. It's also good to know that you can earn 4% cash back in the one rewards category you choose from the 10 pre-selected categories on the first $7,000 you spend per quarter. Okay, it's the first $7,000. So after that, you can earn 1% cash back even after you reach the quarterly limits. Plus, you can earn an unlimited 1% cash back on all your other purchases. You may select your category once within the first 30 days of opening a new account, then again prior to the start of each quarter for the next quarter. This is what we love with this card because it allows you to actually switch things around. That's fantastic. And Huntington Bank says that they must receive your required minimum payments by the day after the due date listed on your monthly billing statement in order to avoid a late charge. And regular payment cutoff times apply. So well, the thing is that the cutoff times vary by payment channel via mail, in-branch, telephone, or internet. If you want to basically benefit from all the rewards I've been showing you, you need to be current with your payments. I want to talk to you now about extra perks. Folks, in this show, I am talking to you about a massive business credit card from Huntington Bank. Maximum limit $500,000. The card is called the Huntington Voice Business Credit Card. And I want to speak to you about extra perks. This card is packed with extra perks, really. Let me go through this. First, you have no annual fee, no foreign transaction fee. You can use your card globally with no foreign transaction fees. Employee cards and spend controls. You can obtain an unlimited number of employee cards and spend controls online. Big decision time. Let me ask you a question. Big decision time. Do you have multiple employees with company cards right now, credit card right now? And do you want to set spending controls on online and monitor the spending of each employee? Okay, if that's the case, then you really you will love this card because Huntington Bank has a great set of tools to make sure that happens, and we love the reporting. Fantastic. Another thing you need to also keep in mind is that with the Huntington Voice Business Credit Card, there's a late fee grace period, so you get an extra day to pay if you miss a payment. The card allows you to improve business cash flow because you're able to, because think about it, the limit is so high, $500,000, $500,000. And you can use the cash for a lot of things. Inventory purchases, if your suppliers allow this sort of payment method, cyclical expenses, or unexpected emergencies. So it's always a good idea to be prepared for business emergencies. You never know, right? And you can actually set up custom spending controls on this card, as I said, especially if you want to have a clear idea of your liquidity situation. This is really good. And you can enjoy company-specific rewards. We love this part of the Huntington Voice Business Credit Card. So personal credit cards may offer perks such as miles redeemable for free airfare. But with this voice credit card, you are getting bigger cashback percentages. Think about it, the 4%. And this across all cards, across one category per quarter. And this card also allows you to keep business and personal finances separate. So you're able to reduce personal liability for business expenses. You can simplify accounting, and you can minimize the effect of the purchases on your personal credit. This is wonderful. I want to talk to you now about eligibility, folks. In this show, I am talking to you about a massive EIN only business credit card from Huntington Bank, and the maximum limit on this card is $500,000. Obviously, it's EIN only, so you need to have some kind of EIN. That's in terms of eligibility. The first thing you need to do is you need to have an EIN. You need to structure your business. You got to have a business set up as an either an LLC, an S corp, or C corp. If you remain a sole proprietorship, you may qualify, but honestly, based on our research, and we have extensively researched this topic, you will not receive a high limit. You probably get like 10 grand or 20 grand, and which is honestly nothing for this card because the potential for a higher limit is so huge. Okay, so you want to pay, you want to take care of your EIN. You want to set up your company, have your articles of incorporation, articles of cooperation, depending on the legal structure you choose. The credit score, in terms of credit score, we have said before that basically the credit score recommended goes from 675 to 850, but Huntington Bank will approve you if you have a score as low as 540, if you have a multi-product relationship with them. That means that I will explain that later on. So I'm not going to, it just means you need to have several accounts with them, and the accounts must have money in them. Okay. And in terms of annual revenue, Huntington Bank has not explicitly said how much they are requiring in terms of minimum annual revenue, but based on people we spoke to who have been approved for this card, they have said that Huntington Bank will want to have at least $10,000 in monthly gross revenue. So $10,000. So this will equate to $120,000 on a yearly basis. Again, that's gross, okay? And they will also ask you to have an updated business plan. Let me ask you a question here. Big decision time. Big decision time. Do you have an updated business plan at the moment? Don't be silent. I want to hear you. Talk to me. Do you have an updated business plan? If you don't, it's about time you have. It's about time you have one. This is very important. You can actually hire someone to do it. You have a lot of ways to do it online, on Fiverr, on Upwork, on freelancer.com. You can hire somebody locally to take care of that for you. You can do it yourself if you have the capabilities to write this kind of business literature. Okay, but please do not be cheap. Do things properly. You're gonna need that because this will help you actually apply with a card and other loan with Huntington Bank and other lenders. You'll be able to talk about your projected data in terms of sales and revenue. And Huntington Bank might also ask you to provide business tax returns and personal tax returns, your business insurance plans, your business licenses and permits, and so on and so forth. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. I'm still talking to you in today's conversation about a massive EIN-only business credit card from Huntington Bank. And the card is called the Huntington Voice Business Credit Card, and maximum limit $500,000. What is the evidence needed? First of all, I'm going to go through the application later on, but there are certain questions that will be indicated on the application. Please make sure you answer those questions properly and truthfully. For example, they will ask you why you are applying for this credit card, what business assets you want to purchase with the card, if any, and who your suppliers are. So Huntington Bank wants to really know more about your business, and they want to know what other business that you have and who your creditors are. This will help them calculate something called DTI. So through your financial statements and other information that you give them, they will be able to calculate your debt to income ratio, DTI. And banks usually like to have a DTI of less than 40 to 35%. And I've already spoken to you about your business plan. This is important. A business plan is not just for financial information. The bank, also Huntington Bank and other banks for that matter, would want to see the breadth and depth of expertise you have on board in terms of managing your business. Because they will be looking at, because on the business plan you'll be talking about, there is a section called management information. This is where you will attach, depending on the business plan, the resumes of the founders and leaders of the company. And the bank will actually see if the leaders of the company they do have the required experience to run the business. So you might also want you might also be required to submit a business credit report. Income tax returns, I've already said that. So income tax returns at the business level, but also at the personal level. So that will be your 1040 Schedule C, or your 1120S or C, or your 1065, depending on whether you have a corporation, an S corp or C corp, or an LLC. You might also be required to provide financial statements. So here I'm speaking about your balance sheet, your income statements, your cash flow statements, and your stockholders' equity statements also. Let's now talk about having an MPR with the Huntington Bank. I've spoken about this before. This is important. Folks, in this show, I am speaking to you about a huge EIN only business credit card from a Huntington Bank. Maximum limit, $500,000. And if you have poor or fair credit and you want to get any of the business cards that the Huntington Bank is offering, you need three important things. You need an EIN structure. You need a business plan and projected data. And you have a multi-product relationship with the bank. I've already spoken about the EIN structure. I've also spoken about the business plan. But my question to you is, and this is a big decision time. Do you currently have projected data for your business? And let me ask you another way. Do you project financial data from time to time for your business? Projections just means that you are thinking, hey, listen, my sales are at this level right now. Where will they be 6 months from now? Where will they be 1 year from now? Where will they be 2 years from now? This is projection. And this happens all the time in business. I'm not asking you to lie. No, I'm asking you to make an intelligent guess. Okay. A smart guess, an informed guess. You know your business better than anybody else. So you can tell based on the volume of what you have generated so far in terms of revenue, what the revenue will be in terms of 1 year from now, 2 years from now. Now, nobody really knows the future, that's for sure, but you can sort of estimate. And so this is important. Try to get into that routine of estimating or projecting data. You need to have a multi-product relationship with the bank. If you remember, I was telling you that for this credit card, the credit score recommended goes from 675 to 850. But Huntington Bank can actually approve you if you have a FICO score as low as 540 and you have a strong multi-product relationship with Huntington. What is this? Look on the screen right now. Do you see all the offers that Huntington Bank has in terms of banking? They have a business checking. They have unlimited plus business checking, unlimited business checking 100, healthcare business checking, business analyzed checking, that MasterCard business card. And that's for checking. In terms of savings, they have a business premier money market, business premier savings. You see this? You got to have at least one of those two. You got to have at least one business checking account and at least one business savings account with Huntington Bank. The third thing is I want you to look at the treasury management, payables management. This is a service that Huntington offers. Okay. The second screenshot you can see here, in terms of treasury management, receivable management, treasury management, capital markets, insurance, online services. Let's move on. The next screenshot, you can see that you still have the insurance going on, insurance services. Okay. Let's move on. The insurance products, the insurance services still go on. So what's my point here? You need to have at least one checking account and savings account. And then you also need to do business with Huntington Bank by hiring them for some of the services they have. The more relationship you establish with Huntington Bank, the higher your chances of being approved for this business EIN, this EIN business credit card, even if you have poor or fair credit. This trifecta is quite essential, okay? So the bottom line is you need to establish an MPR with Huntington Bank. Now let's talk about application. How do you apply for this card? Folks, again, in this show, I am talking to you about a massive EIN only business credit card from Huntington Bank, and the maximum limit here is $500,000. The thing is that the application, you can't do it online, nor do we recommend that you do it online. It's you can do it via email, via fax. You can even do it via mail-in if you receive an offer, a pre-qualification offer from Huntington Bank, or you can visit the branch. What we actually recommend is to visit a branch. You want to basically go to a branch. You want to go to the nearest Huntington Bank branch. You want to sit with a banker and you want to have a conversation. And this is going to be very helpful to you, especially if you have a poor credit or a fair credit. And the conversation must be one thing you want to do. You want to bring all your paperwork with you when you go to the branch. So you want to bring your business plan, your financials, right? Your financial statements, your balance sheets, your income statements, your statement of cash flows, and your statement of owner's equity. Or one thing you can do is you can contact the banker and start the conversation via email. So you send all the documentation to the banker beforehand electronically, and then you got to go physically. It's important to establish your relationship. I was telling you earlier that you needed to have an MPR with Huntington Bank. This is true. But in addition to that, if you want to seal the deal, if you want to seal the best deal in terms of credit card limits and credit card approval, you need to go to the branch. So when you speak to the Huntington banker, you want to explain your situation, your liquidity needs, why do you need the card, what you're going to use with it, what kind of spend categories you are actually pursuing with this card, right? You're trying to you're laying the foundation of a future approval by having this discussion with the banker. One thing we also need to say is that the banker will also tell you what kind of approval odds you have. So you will not risk a hard pull, because what they will do is they can do a soft pull. If you agree to the soft pull, then your personal credit is not endangered, if you will, right? And if you like the offer that they gave you based on the soft pull, then you can sign the promissory note and get the card. And then at that point, you might have to go through a hard pull. One thing you can also do is to structure the whole application EIN only. So you are divorcing your personal affairs, the personal credit score, from your business affairs, your business credit score. If your business has credit, then it's fine. If not, if your business has no DNB Paydex score or your Intel score or any kind of business score, then you might want to have a conversation beforehand. So either way, do not apply online. You want to talk to a banker. You want to bring all the documents they need. If they ask you for a business plan, if they ask you for articles of incorporation or articles of organization, if they ask you for an EIN confirmation letter from the IRS, whatever they ask you, please bring that to the branch and go ahead, proceed as instructed. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I was talking to you today about the new Huntington Bank EIN only business credit card, maximum limit $500,000. So I spoke to you about the card details, the rewards, the extra perks, the eligibility process, the evidence needed, the importance of having a multi-product relationship with Huntington Bank, and the application process. Thank you so much. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.